What's going on, guys? Disorderly Product News here. This is a case out of Florida in which the cop is going to come up to the car at a traffic stop and list a multitude of traffic infractions and vehicle infractions. It looks like this guy's in serious trouble until he says something after the police officer says, "May I search your car?" Knowing your rights, it changes everything. Let's watch.
Hey, brother.
Hi, how are you?
How long ago did you get in a crash?
Like a year?
Okay. The reason I pulled you, you can't have white light emitting back.
What do you mean?
Your tag lights, they're supposed to illuminate your tag.
Yeah.
Those two white lights, all they're doing is shooting straight back. You can't have any white light limiting them back. So then that also doesn't illuminate your tag. And on top of that, you got a border around your tag that blocks the county that you live in. You can't have that on your tag.
Are you talking about the one that the car dealership was at? The black one?
That silver one that goes around your tag? Yeah, you can't have that. You got your license, brother?
Of course.
Vehicle registered to you?
Of course.
So, bro. And you got your registration for me? Do me a favor, roll down that other window.
Remember this part. Remember him asking him to roll down his other window. The reason is not what you think, I guarantee it. Stay tuned to the end where it's explained through transcripts of another court case.
Thank you, brother. Perfect. Where are you headed to, man?
Home?
Where's home?
On University on Pier Drive.
How long you been in Orlando? Huh?
I work here since August or so.
Okay, your address just still says St. Pete on your license.
Yeah, I need to update it when my tag in March.
Okay. Are you concealed weapons holder? Any weapons in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Nope, nothing illegal in the car.
Yeah.
Alright, so after I'm done, if I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind, but only because I'm a lawyer.
Okay. So you know what consented, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you have nothing in the vehicle?
I have absolutely nothing in the vehicle.
Okay. And you don't mind confirming that by allowing us to look and make sure there's nothing in the vehicle? As you can imagine, we hear no all the time as they have nothing and we find stuff.
But I'd rather not search my car.
Okay. Cool. Just hang tight, brother, okay? How you doing, bud?
Times a week.
Say what?
2 times a week, right?
I know, man. I'm spoiled. At least I'm not a Signal 40 van. What can I say? India 11 on the list. 28, 29 by registered owner. Florida tag Charlie Alpha Hotel, Quebec 15. Got Time for liquor. All right, Nicholas. So one, you got to get that fixed, those white lights in the back. Okay. If you keep getting pulled like that, you're going to get tickets nonstop.
I'll get it.
You understand that? That border?
Asking him to
Take
roll
that
down
border
his
off.
window may
Understand
not be what it seems. He has his driver's side window rolled down. Why is he asking him to roll down his passenger side window? Well, it just might be because he wants to create a crosswind. That way he can smell marijuana or alcohol emanating from the car. Check out this court case. This is the case of Grant versus the state. It's the state of Maryland, in which Terrence Jamal Grant tried to get evidence suppressed of marijuana in the vehicle. Let's just go down where it says verbatim the interaction between the police officer and the subject, which will explain everything. It's important to note that a lower court, the circuit court, denied the defendant's motion to suppress the evidence. Now it's in front of the appellate court, which is really just a court of appeals. Here's the conversation between the defense counsel and the officer. Defense counsel: so when you stopped him, you got out of your car, did you smell marijuana? Deputy Atkins: yes, on the initial contact. Counsel: I said when you got out of your car, did you smell marijuana? You mean before I went up to his car? Yeah, before you went up to his car, did you smell marijuana? Deputy Atkins: no. Counsel: okay, did you perform a sniff of his car? Did what do you mean by sniff? Said Atkins. Defense counsel: like a dog, I'm saying. Did you specifically examine his car for the smell of marijuana? Deputy Atkins: you mean did I walk around the car and just sniff at the car? At his car? I understand the answer may be no. Deputy Atkins: no. Okay. So the point at which you alleged you smelled marijuana was when you kind of leaned in to get his license and registration. If you call it leaning, it's when he rolled down his window and I made when I was speaking with him. Okay, do you recall how you positioned yourself when you were speaking with him? Like, I don't know how to explain it because I do it every single stop that I have. Put my head, they roll the window down and I have my head by their window. And, okay, do you recall if your head entered the window or not? I don't know if my head entered through the window pane or not. I wouldn't have, I don't know, honestly. Okay, you wouldn't be surprised to find out that you did. Deputy Atkins: if I had crossed where the window glass was? No. Were the pane? Deputy Atkins: because sometimes defense counsel would have been state's attorney. Objection, Your Honor. The court: let him answer one at a time. We have all morning to finish. Unclear one word. Go ahead. Defense counsel: thank you, Your Honor. Deputy Atkins: no, I wouldn't be surprised. So everything hinges on whether the officer broke the threshold of the car, putting his head inside the car and sniffing the vehicle, and then ascertaining that there was a smell of marijuana, because then he put his head inside the vehicle. We retain a right to privacy inside our vehicle, and the plain view doctrine clearly states crossing the threshold of the door or the window would be an intrusion and an invasion on our Fourth Amendment rights. So let's see how this Court of Appeals decided. Following the Circuit Court's denial of suppression of the motion, petitioner pled not guilty to an agreed statement of facts. The court found petitioner guilty of possession of marijuana and subsequently sentenced him to 30 days, all suspended, in addition to 1 year of probation, a $200 fine, and $145 in court costs. Petitioner notified a timely appeal to the Court of Special Appeals. So he was found guilty, given probation for a year, and had to pay all this money in court costs. So here it is, the Court of Appeals decision. Judgment of the Court of Special Appeals is reversed, with instructions to reverse the judgment of the Circuit Court for Frederick County. Costs to be paid by Frederick County. They reversed the decision and threw out the evidence. That's why you do not open your passenger window when you're talking to them from your driver's window, and you don't have your driver's window all the way down, because they're trying to create a crosswind, because without sticking their head into your vehicle. So I hope we learned something from this